So as a clinical social worker at Eisenhower Army Medical Center, one of the services that I do provide and offer as part of our clinic is services for survivors of sexual trauma. And oftentimes we see clients who come in to our clinic from either a referral through their PCM or Ms. Barlow as someone who was triggered by something in their current life, but their sexual trauma dated back to an early childhood experience.
As a clinical social worker at Eisenhower Army Medical Center, we provide services to survivors of sexual assault. Oftentimes we hear people talk about the difference between being a victim and a survivor. And something that's really important to us as clinical social worker is to talk about people as survivors.
We do a lot of psychoeducation about the impact of trauma on an individual. Oftentimes when something traumatic happens, a client will simply just push it away and not deal with it in the moment. Trauma is based in the body. The fight, or freeze response is an integral piece of a trauma response. And when our clients come in to seek help, it means that their coping mechanisms that they have been using are no longer working. And so they're asking for alternative ways to how to handle these things that they're feeling, and they don't know how to understand, and they don't know how to deal with them.
Some of the criteria for the services that we provide is that you are a family member of an active duty service member. We see kids 12 years of age and older. We see active duty that are survivors of sexual assault. We also see family members of military members.
Ms. Holly and I work very well together with our group and our individual clients on trying to help them with a wide variety of ways to address their trauma. We use some cognitive-based therapies that are kind of like a top-down, using your brain so you're thinking about what you're doing. But we also use some things like breathing and recognizing physical sensations in your body to help understand what some emotions behind the thoughts that are going on.
As a clinical social and a registered play therapist supervisor, some of the strategies and some of the different techniques that we use in both individual and group are very hands-on approach.
So I think one of the things that we would start with is how are we dealing with our just basic activities of every day right now? Are we getting any sleep? Do we need to help with what's going on with your bedtime routine and your sleep hygiene? Are you eating nutritiously? A lot of times our survivors of trauma forget to eat healthy. Are you doing some things that are enjoyable? Let's take a look at just kind of your day-to-day routine right now, and what do we need to make some changes on.
We work with people in individual and in group settings. Linda Engelking Cooper and I both run a group for survivors that are active duty. To qualify for this group, we often get our referrals from Ms. Barlow, the sexual assault care coordinator. Also, our referrals for individual therapy usually go through Ms. Barlow, the sexual assault care coordinator, or you also can get a referral through your primary care doctor.
Talk about this with someone, feeling that you're in a place of safety, that you're believed, that you can trust. The interaction that we have here in this room, I think, are very vital to the healing process. And I look forward to working with you and helping you heal through this process.